Hello, this is Zena, and we're going to be reading Tiger Eyes by Judy Blume, Chapter 21. Let's put on my glasses. Chapter 21. Davy, are you almost done? Jane calls, knocking on the bathroom door. Dinner's ready. Be right out, I call back, swallowing the sob that was working its way up my throat. I splash water on my face, step out of the tub, and dry off. Downstairs, everyone is seated around the dinner table. They are waiting for us. Sorry, I say. I didn't know it was so late. That's all right, dear, Jane's mother says. Jane's father is at the head of the table. He is a big man, with jolly cheeks, steel-rimmed glasses, and gray wiry hair that is cut short. I noticed the scar across his forehead. Jane told me a year ago that he was in a serious auto accident. I try not to stare at him as I take my seat. He says, "Hello, Davy." Then he and Howard engage in a lengthy conversation about the lab. I didn't even try to follow what they were talking about. Robbie sits in a high chair next to Linda, and she feeds him bits and pieces from the table. I see that Linda is pregnant again, and I wonder why Jane hasn't told me. First of all, you're not entitled. Second of all, I would also be intrigued why she didn't tell me. Girl, you was telling me about your parents' special time. The conversation at our end of the table centers around skiing. Linda and Jane both hope that it will snow early so that the ski area will be open for Christmas. Do you ski, Davy? Jane's mother asks. No, but I'd like to learn. I don't either, she says. But Dr. Albertson is an outstanding skier, and all three girls have followed in his footsteps. Is she just bragging about her husband? But okay, shit. I mean, okay. At first, I'm not sure who Dr. Albertson is. Then I realize it is Jane's father. I tend to think of the word doctor as meaning medical doctor or even dentist, but Los Alamos is full of PhDs who call each other doctor. I mean, they got a PhD. And don't forget Howard, Linda says. Howard's a fantastic skier. He practically grew up on skis. He's from Canada. Oh, she taught her daughter. I wonder if Linda will ski this winter, even though she is pregnant. I decide not to ask. I hope she don't. Maybe she isn't pregnant after all. Maybe she's just fat. Well, her father is a big man with jolly cheeks. Damn. Robbie's going to learn as soon as he's here, as he's 3. She probably will think I'm pregnant. We have chocolate cake and vanilla ice cream for dessert. And when we are finished, Jane's father stands and says, "Very nice, Brenda." Then he disappears into his study and the rest of us do the dishes. Okay. Chocolate cake and vanilla ice cream is good together, but I love chocolate ice cream. But it does not taste good with chocolate cake. Is there any PhDs that can tell me why? They wait in the entrance foyer, rubbing their hands together. Alright. Let us go. At 8:30, Ted and Reuben ring the bell. Jane lets them in. They wait in the entrance foyer, rubbing their hands together. Like the roaches they are. Get them out of here. Their breath is smoky. We get our jackets, and then the 4 of us take off, with Jane's mother calling, "Button up, it's very cold." Outside, Ted reaches behind a tree and comes up with a bottle of vodka. Okay. I mean, this channel does not condone underage drinking. I mean, but I guess it's This is written here. That just also doesn't mean Judy Blume condones that shit. She just wrote about it because apparently that's what kids are doing. Because they don't have nobody to talk to. And they see lots of grown ups are alcoholics. I mean, I like a little drinky drink, but lots of people are alcoholics, unfortunately. Outside, Ted reaches behind a tree, comes up with a bottle of vodka. Didn't think it was wise to carry it into the house. I don't think it's wise to drink it at all. Good thinking, James says. Ted opens the bottle, and as we walk along, it is passed back and forth. I'm not into booze, period. Don't be into booze. And take only one swig. And don't be peer pressured to drink it, especially if you don't drink it. It burns going down my throat, and then again as it hits my stomach. Excuse me. Reuben takes a couple swallows and says, "Can't stand the stuff, but it does warm you up." I keep my hands in my pockets. I don't have the feeling. I have the feeling that if I don't, Reuben will want to hold hands. And it's not that I don't like him. You don't like him, girl. And don't you got a man? I think he's okay, but I don't want him touching me. Girl, I wouldn't want him touching me either. Ted has his arm around Jane, and they are drinking from the bottle and nuzzling each other. The next time Ted offers the bottle to us, Reuben shakes his head and says, "We've had enough." Oh, they finna drink that bottle, ain't they? There's no place to walk except to town, and there's nothing open there except the Pizza Hut and the movie. But the movie began at 8:15. Besides, I saw it 2 years ago, and it was a bore. The boys are starving, so we go into the Pizza Hut and choose a booth near the back. The boys count their money between them. They have $8.64. They decide to split a medium pizza with extra cheese and sausage. I didn't know that Pizza Hut was like a walk-in sit-down place until about, I'll say, 3.5 years ago. I I seen the Pizza Hut store, and then I drove past. I looked in, I seen tables and shit, and I was like, "What the hell?" I was just really surprised. I mean, I seen tables at like Domino's, but who's eating at Domino's? Like, God rest their soul. I mean, they pasta alright, but it makes you think every time you eat it. Like, if you've been into a Domino's, you've seen their extra employees they have. So I don't eat at Domino's no more. Let's see. We order a pitcher of Cokes. A pitcher of Cokes. Like, do they mix it? You could just say you ordered a pitcher of Coke, but maybe that's a typo. Y'all know my eyes is bad. And after the waitress brings it, Ted takes the bottle of vodka out of his jacket pocket, and pours a couple of shots into his coat and then into Jane's. Oh, I thought they was pouring it into the pitcher. Oh, that's crazy. They shouldn't be pouring it into their own, but Jane's face is red and she is laughing and slobbing all over the place. I don't like to see my friends drunk. Linnea once said that if I drank myself, I wouldn't feel so uncomfortable. But I don't like the way I feel when I drink. And I don't like the way I feel after either. Once I drank beer until I got sick and hated it. And plus it tastes disgusting, like horse piss. Well, I don't know. When we go back outside, Jane begins to sing. And she spins around and around in the parking lot. Her arms open wide, like a whirling dervish. I don't know what that means. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I'm gonna write that down so I can search it when we're done. Cause I don't know where my tablet is. I'm guessing it means something a little bit like probably Tasmanian devil. I don't know. I can't believe that this is my friend Jane, who seems shy and innocent and scared of the world. It's freezing, Ted says. Let's warm up in the car. What car? I ask. Any car, Ted says. Girl, any car? Yo, Ted is not somebody you can hang around with. He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. He's breaking into people's cars, and he got a drinking problem. Cause you already took a couple of sips coming to the Pizza Hut. Why'd you need to And it wasn't, I know it wasn't sips. It was swigs. And swigs and sips is different. Why'd you need to pour shots into your Coca-Cola? A couple of shots each into your Coca-Cola. Any car, Ted says, looking around the parking lot. They're all at the movies. They won't be out until 10:30. He goes from car to car trying the doors. On the fifth try, he finds one that's open. It's a blue four-wheel drive Suburban. Ted and Jane climb into the back seat, leaving the front for Reuben and me. I don't like this. The owner of the car could appear at any minute, and then what? We could be arrested and our parents would be called. I never did hear the end of it from Walter and Bitsy. Girl, no, you wouldn't. Shit, and you wouldn't deserve to not hear the end of it for at least a couple months. Like, you're breaking it in somebody's car. This shit got me hot. What was I thinking when I was little reading this? I was like, oh, that's fine. Can't wait to take driver's ed. Ruben said, nigga, I don't know how to bleep that out, so just pretend to bleep out. You have a drinking problem. You do not need to get behind the wheel of a car. Can't wait to take driver's ed, Ruben says. Hitching around town is such a bitch. They said that. They said that, okay? I live way out in Barranca. He rubs his hands together. Wish you had the key to the ignition. At least we would have a little heat. Make your own, Ted calls from the back seat. Oh, I'm mixing them up. I'm so mad I'm mixing them up. Ruben is for Davy. Okay. Shit, I got irritated. See? Can't wait to take driver's ed, Ruben says. Hitching around town is such a bitch. I live way out on Barranca. Girl, Barranca. He rubs his hands together. Wish we had a key to the ignition. At least we could have a little heat. Make your own, Ted calls from the back seat. He and Jane laugh hysterically. Then Ted rolls down the windows and tosses the empty bottle of vodka into the parking lot. We hear the sound of glass smashing. That's actually so bummy. Jane and Ted are making out. I am aware of every gun, every side, and I can't help thinking that for someone without experience, Jane doesn't seem to be having much trouble. Ruben and I sit like zombies, frozen to our seats, and not just because it's cold. We stare straight ahead, not talking, not touching, not even glancing at each other. I know that he wishes he could do the same. He could be someplace else, just like I do. I don't think so. I think he wants to be doing what they doing with you. But hey, let's go. We are both uncomfortable, but I don't know how to get out of the situation. I try to block the sounds from the cars from the back seat by thinking of the canyon. But then Jane whimpers, I'm not feeling very well. I'm feeling kind of. Ooh, she feeling throw up. Also, that's like they have like a little soup kitchen in the car. Let her out, Ted calls nervously, and both Ruben and I open our doors. Jane gets out just in time. She throws up all over the rear end of the Subaru. Ruben and I are relieved. For the first time, we look at each other and smile. Now we have an excuse to go home. But Jane is really out of it, and we have to have Carrie have Jack her there. When we get to her house, I say goodnight to the boys. I am feeling much friendlier toward Ruben now, especially since he didn't try anything in the car. I don't think he had enough time to try anything. See you Monday, he says to me. Right, Monday. I say. I want to say shit because now he think he can talk to me on Monday. But whatever. Howard's car is gone, and the front door is unlocked. I push it open slowly. I am a wreck, trying to think of what I will say to Jane's parents. I rehearse a speech in my mind. Jane isn't feeling too well, I'll explain. She ate a pizza downtown and it was just too much for her after your wonderful dinner. Mrs. Albertson, Mrs. Albertson. Actually, she got sick in the parking lot. Of course, it would be that she's coming down from with the flu. There's a lot of it going around in school. Suppose your mother smells the blues and says, suppose her mother smells the blues and says, "You're a liar, Davy Wexler, and you're a bad influence on our little girl. We never should have let her invite you to spend the night." That would send me actually. That would send me into a tizzy. The house is very quiet. I hold my breath and somehow I manage to get Jane upstairs. Oh, excuse me. And into her room without her parents knowing. I remember that it is Saturday night. Jane's mother and father are probably locked in their bedroom making love. Or maybe they did it while we were out and now they are sleeping. I don't want to think about sex anymore. It was bad enough listening to Ted and Jane. I get Jane undressed down to her shirt and her underpants. I pull the covers up around her, then climb into the bedroll her mother has set out for me. I fall asleep quickly and dream about Wolf, about the two of us together in our cave. It's not the first time I have dreamt about him. What if she throws up on her? I don't remember her throwing up on her, but I wouldn't lay too close to the bed.